Good afternoon, students. So, in continuation with the banking and insurance, the first module, Introduction to Banking Services, like that. So, a small portion is also left for that. That is how an ombudsman is to be appointed and what are the functions or the peculiarities with regard to an ombudsman. Before that, we see what in the previous classes we see what are the functions relating to the commercial bank, and also what are the qualitative as well as the quantitative control measures to be adopted by the RBI. So the quantitative measures are also there and the qualitative measures are also there. Uh, then like credit authorization scheme, then what is that? Social, moral social is there. Then direction to be given is there, like that. So that we see in the previous classes also. And I think, hope you are all understood what I am teaching, like that. And also, if there is any problem, please let me know, like that. So if there is anything not understandable, please let me know through WhatsApp messages or personal calls or in various sources you can ask. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss with you regarding the ombudsman, how he is, or how, what are the functions or the peculiarities or the things with regard to this person to do with regard to a reserve bank or commercial bank. So I'm going to share the thing. Yes, then what are the powers and duties? So yesterday we see what are the object of the ombudsman scheme, and also to who or who is appointed as this person, like that. So powers and duties of a banking ombudsman. അതായത് ഓഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആ ഒരു ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ്. Then the powers and duties of the banking ombudsman may be classified under two: general powers and duties and specific powers and duties. So what are the general powers and duties? The general powers of the banking ombudsman are to receive complaints relating to the provision of banking services. Any of the bank having any provision that is not friendly with the customers or not doing as per the rules and regulation, then if he is getting any complaint, he need to check it. So to receive the complaints relating to the provision of banking services, then to consider such complaints and facilitates their satisfaction or the settlement by agreement or the settlement by recommendation or the settlement by an award, as the case may be, in accordance with the provisions under the scheme. So to consider such a complaint, and he need to consider it and facilitates their satisfaction or the settlement by agreement or settlement by recommendation or settlement by an award, as the case may be, in accordance with the provisions under the scheme. And also the ombudsman has all the powers of a court. ഒരു കോടതിയിലെ ന്യായാധിപന്റെ അതേ ഈക്വൽ റാങ്ക് ആണ് ഒരു ombudsman. So he is having the power with regard to a court advocate. Clear? അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കോടതിയിലെ ആ ഒരു രീതി തന്നെയാണ് ഈ ബാങ്കിങ് ഓംബുഡ്സ്മാൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So that is the general rule. While specific rules are, to be more specific, the banking ombudsman can receive all the complaints regarding deficiency in banking services such as non-payment or delay in the payment or collection of checks, drafts, bills, etc. അതായത് ഒരു ബാങ്കിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള മെയിൻ ഫങ്ഷൻസ് അവർ നടത്താതിരിക്കുക, റെൻഡർ ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, if he is getting a complaint, he needs to check it. So that is the main thing: non-payment or delay in the payment or collection of the checks, drafts, bills, etc. Second, non-acceptance of small denomination notes without assigning any reason and for charging of the commission in respect of thereof. So they are not accepting the small denomination notes. അതിനൊരു കംപ്ലൈന്റ് കിട്ടുകയാണെങ്കിൽ he need to check it. ഇതൊക്കെ ബാങ്കിന്റെ സർവീസുകൾ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ഇതിനകത്ത് എന്തെങ്കിലും പോരായ്മ വരികയാണെങ്കിൽ he need to interfere in that. So that is the case. Non-issue of drafts to customers as well as to the outsiders. Non-adherence to prescribed working hours by the branches. അതായത് വർക്കിംഗ് അവേഴ്സ് ഇപ്പം 8 AM to 12 PM അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 3 o'clock അതുവരെ ബാങ്ക് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ he need to interfere. He is having the authority to do so. Then failure to honor the guarantee or the letter of credit commitments by the bank, the claims in respect of unauthorized or fraudulent withdrawals from deposit accounts, unauthorized or fraudulent withdrawals from deposit accounts, and complaints relating to the deposit such as delay in collection, then non-credit of the proceeds to parties' accounts, non-payment of deposit or non-observance of the RBI's directives relating to the rate of interest on deposit. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള കംപ്ലൈന്റുകൾ he is interfering in that. So the complaints from Indian exporters regarding delay in receipt of the export proceeds, handling of the export bills, collection of bills, etc., provided such complaints pertain to the bank operations in India. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ അതിന്റെ അവരുടെ ബാങ്ക് ബ്രാഞ്ച് ബാങ്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ then ombudsman needs to interfere in that. Exporters in it. Okay, so these are the duties. Then another one is complaints of NRIs relating to their remittance from abroad, deposits and other bank related matters. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഓരോ കംപ്ലൈന്റുകളും he need to interfere it. Then as far as the loans and advances are concerned, he can receive the complaints such as non-observance of prescribed time schedule for disposal of loan application, non-observance of prescribed time schedule for the disposal of loan application, delays in sanction or non-observance of prescribed time schedule for the disposal of loan application, delays in sanction or non-observance ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുക of the prescribed time schedule for the disposal of loan application, and also non-observance of any other directions of the RBI issued from time to time. സമയാസമയത്ത് RBI കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഓരോ ഡ്യൂട്ടീസ്, the rules, regulations ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുകയാണ് ഓരോ ബാങ്കെങ്കിൽ then he need to interfere. So these are the general or specific duties with regard to an ombudsman. So in continuation with that, procedure for the redressal of grievances, how the problems need to be solved. So for that purpose, there should be some procedure required. So the procedure for the redressal means the problems need to, solve it. Okay. Redressal starts with the lodgement of the complaint. Any person who has a grievance against a bank may make a complaint in writing to the banking ombudsman, either by himself or through the authorized agent. The following conditions must have been fulfilled while filing a complaint. That is, the complainant should state clearly his name and address. He should also state the name and address of the branch or office of the bank against which the complaint is made, to which bank, which branch need to file the complaint. That need to be first. So address of the name and address of the complainant, then name and address of the branch or the office of the bank against which the complaint is to be made. He should state clearly the facts giving rise to the complaint. So what is the on what basis they are raising the complaint? That is the thing, and should be preferably supported by the documents also, if any. Then he should also mention the nature and the extent of the loss that caused to him and how much loss he is having to face. Based on that loss occurred, he is filing or lodging a complaint. So that is, he should also mention the nature and the extent of the loss that is to be caused to him and the relief sought from the banking ombudsman. And the complaint should be made to the ombudsman only after making a representation to the bank that is named in the complaint, and the complaint should have been rejected or no reply should have been sent with a period of 2 months of the receipt of the complaint of the complainant should not have been satisfied with the reply given by the bank. So that is the another case. What is that? The complaint should be made to the ombudsman only after making a representation to the bank that is named in the complaint. അവർക്കൊരു കോപ്പി കൊടുത്തതിന് ശേഷം ഇങ്ങനെ ഞാനൊരു കംപ്ലൈന്റ് കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ഓംബുഡ്സ്മാന്, ബാങ്കിങ് ഓംബുഡ്സ്മാന് എന്ന് അവരെ ഇൻഫോം ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. And the complaint should have been rejected or no reply should have been sent within 2 months and within a period of 2 months. So ഓംബുഡ്സ്മാന് കൊടുക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു, ആ ബാങ്ക് കൺസേൺഡ് ബ്രാഞ്ചിന് കൊടുക്കുകയും അവിടുന്ന് റിപ്ലൈ ഒന്നും 2 മാസത്തിനുള്ളിൽ വന്നിട്ടില്ല എങ്കിൽ then we will proceed for such a complaint. Of the receipt of the complaint or the complainant should not have been satisfied with the reply given by the bank. അതായത് തിരിച്ച് റിപ്ലൈ കിട്ടുകയാണ്, വേണ്ട എന്നാ ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് നാളൂടെ വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. അതർവൈസ് if within a period of 2 months, then also the bank is not replying, or a reply is given but it is not satisfactory, or not accepted by the, or not satisfied with that reply, then he may go for such a complaint. Then the complaint should be made within 1 year from the date of rejection or final reply given by the bank concerned. ഏത് ബാങ്കാണോ അവര് ഒരു ഫൈനൽ റിപ്ലൈ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നു, അതിന് ഒരു മാസത്തിനുള്ളിൽ, ഒരു വർഷത്തിനുള്ളിൽ need to file a complaint with the ombudsman, and the complaint should not be in respect of the same subject matter already settled through the office of the banking ombudsman in any previous proceeding. നേരത്തെ ഈ ബാങ്കിങ് ഓംബുഡ്സ്മാനെ അപ്രോച്ച് ചെയ്ത് അതിനകത്ത് എന്താ സെറ്റിൽ ചെയ്ത എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു കേസ് തന്നെ വീണ്ടും അതും കൊണ്ടുവരികയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി റിജക്റ്റഡ്. So that is the case. So the complaint should not be in respect of the same subject matter that is already settled through the office of the banking ombudsman in any of the previous proceedings, and the complaint should not be in respect of the same subject matter for which an order has already passed by the court or a tribunal or an arbitration or the forum or any proceedings is pending before the such bodies. So what is the last one? The complaint should not be in respect of the same subject matter. ഒരേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ തന്നെ, നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന അതേ ഇത് തന്നെയാണ്, അതേ ഇതിൽ തന്നെയാണ് കൊണ്ടുവന്നിരിക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ maybe it is rejected. So the complaint should not be in respect of the same subject matter for which an order has already been passed by any court or the tribunal or the arbitration or the forum or any proceedings that is pending before such a bodies. So these are the cases with regard to the procedure for the redressal of the grievances. The problems need to solve. അതിനുള്ള procedures എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടെത്തുന്നത്. Next is the power to call for information. So what is that? On receipt of the complaint, the banking ombudsman may require the bank that is named in the complaint to provide any information or furnish certified copies of any document relating to the subject matter of the complaint. On receiving a complaint like that, the ombudsman is giving a letter or to provide asking for the information or furnish the certified copies of any document relating to the subject matter of the complaint. ആ കംപ്ലൈന്റിനകത്ത് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന കാര്യം എന്താണോ അതിനെ പെർട്ടൈൻ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടുള്ള the documents need to furnish it. അത് തരാനായിട്ട് they need to ask the bank. In the case the bank fails to comply with such a requisition, the banking ombudsman may presume that the information would be unfavorable to the bank. So, banker fails to comply such a thing. ആ റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ഓംബുഡ്സ്മാന്റെ ആ റിക്വസ്റ്റ് അതുവരെ എടുക്കുന്നില്ല എങ്കിൽ the banking ombudsman may presume that the information provided would be unfavorable to the bank, and the banking ombudsman should maintain the complete secrecy of any of the information or the document coming into his knowledge or the possession in course of his functioning as an ombudsman, and he should not disclose it to any person except with the consent of the person supplying such information. However, to render the natural justice, he can disclose it on reasonable grounds. ശരിയായ നീതി നടപ്പാക്കണമെങ്കിൽ he need to natural justice. In order to render the natural justice, he can disclose that he is an ombudsman. Unless otherwise, no need to reveal his identity. That is the case. So the banking ombudsman should maintain a complete secrecy of any of the information or the document that coming into his knowledge or the possession in the course of his functioning as an ombudsman, and he should not disclose to any person except with the consent of a person supplying such information. So that is the power to call for the information, need to pass it to the ombudsman from the bank. The bank ombudsman is asking or requisition to take that information. In case the bank is not fulfilling that thing, then treat the information as unfavorable to the bank, adverse to the banking situation. So that is the case with regard to how or how the ombudsman works like that, and what information he is passing or he is getting, that we see. So only 3 pages is there that we will see in the next class. So please have a look at today's classes. Please clear off your doubts as and when occur. Please confirm after watching the video. After uploading, after watching the video, please confirm it and clear your doubts also. Thank you.